Thanks for joining, everyone. I'm Coach Ram Babu from Share Every. It's a free global platform for learning English. You are watching a rendezvous with Ram Babu. We feel so delighted to meet you again. Really, you all giving a fantabulous support, even in YouTube, and you are watching, you are subscribing, you are encouraging me as well as to all the new guests. Today, we are here to discuss what are the best ways to become an effective communicator. We are going to learn many things in this podcast. We have very experienced, eminent coach is Mr. Coach Jack Bosma from USA. And before starting the podcast, I would like to request, if you feel these sessions or these one-on-one interviews are useful to you, don't forget to give your support. Please subscribe, watch, share, and give comment in the chat section. Before starting the session, I would like to ask a formal question to our eminent guest. So, good evening, sir.
Good morning, Coach Ramba. Good morning.
Yes.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yes, thank you. Would you please introduce yourself? All the viewers will feel very happy if you let us know a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, my name is Jack Bosma, as the name says. Tutor Jack is my nickname, or Coach Jack on the Share Every platform. I'm an instructor and trainer. I develop, implement, instruct, evaluate, and design courses in English and all other languages. And I use a wide variety of platforms to do this. I enjoy focusing on listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. Any language, any lesson, anytime, anywhere. And I'm very happy to be a part of this global team. We are a team. We invite, excite, and engage. That is our purpose. We become friends and we learn in the process. Thank you for this opportunity once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sounds great. Yes, one more a simple or similar question I would like to ask to you. You have been meeting with the team Share Every for a couple of months. We feel very happy if we listen just a few words about Share Every platform.
I would say my exposure with Share Every has been purely as a listener. I've utilized the YouTube channel. I've seen the content on Facebook. I have not been able to view the content on LinkedIn. But once again, I'm all about content creation and content engagement. So while the content is posted, it's one way. We go from sender message to receiver on these platforms. We need to focus on receiver message back to the sender. This will make Share Every the primary English learning platform in the world. But we must focus on receiver message back to the sender.
Yes, sir. We feel, and personally, I'm so happy to listen these kind words from your mouth. Thank you, sir. And now we'd like to jump into main interview, shall we? If you permit.
Let's invite, excite, and engage. That's what I'm all about.
Thank you so much. Yes, my first question is, what are the benefits if we become as a best communicator in English? What kind of addings we may get when we talk to each other or when we talk with a group of people while we speaking with individuals? What kind of benefits, what kind of specialization, uniqueness we can get for our message?
Well, first of all, the number one benefit that I see for our message is very simple. When we are able to communicate using American English primarily, This is the language of business. So when we can communicate efficiently and effectively when communicating in American English, we change our lives. We have the opportunity to earn more, to be recognized in a professional setting globally, and we have the ability to communicate not only what we are thinking, but what we want to say in a very efficient and effective manner. And we do this by speaking slowly and clearly to properly pronounce the words that we are saying. Slow is the way to go, you know?
Generally, non-native speakers, they move a little bit fast when we compare with the native speakers like you. So thanks for suggesting. My next
You're
question.
very welcome.
Yes, my next question. See, is it possible to reach the native proficiency for the being as a second language learner? If yes, how much time it consumes to attain that particular pronunciation or to become as a best communicator?
Okay, let's stop. Let's stop using the word native and let's focus only on the word fluent. Because if we focus on the word native, this will greatly cause difficulty in our brain. It will cause difficulty in our mind when we study.
Exactly.
Let's rapidly increase our competence and competence by focusing purely on being a fluent speaker of American English, not a native speaker. This word is incorrect and should not be used.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Really, this particular statement will inspire a lot. Every English learning aspirant, their final or end point is to become as a fluent speaker, as you mentioned. So
Correct.
Thanks for suggesting. Thanks for suggesting. Yes, my next interesting question is, what is the role of phonetics or pronunciation to become as a fluent speaker in English?
Fluency is the bullseye. The target is speaking, listening, reading, and writing American English in most cases. That's the target.
Yeah.
But the bullseye of the target is fluency.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you. And my next question is, we know the statement, a good listener is a great learner. See, among 4 language skills, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, and listening stands the first position. So, and if you want to level up our skill in listening, so what kind of strategies would you suggest? And moreover, while we're listening, the fluent speaker, as you mentioned, as not in native speaker, while we're listening fluent speakers, how we have to reach that particular skill, how we have to 100% utilize that particular listening skill to improve.
This is a perfect question, Coach, and I'm glad you asked me this question.
Thank you, sir.
I have many people who are learning English with me internationally, a couple thousand people. And many times when they join my group or they join my events, they say nothing for 2 weeks. Absolute silence. I ask these individuals to participate with me, nothing but silence. I invite them to interact with me on Zoom, Skype, Telegram, Crowdcast, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Silence. And the silence is as respect.
Yeah.
After approximately 2 weeks, these individuals will talk and they will not stop. I have to say, stop, 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 slow down, you speak too much now. I mentioned to you before, Coach, that an effective training session will be 15 minutes you, 45 minutes with the learners. This will encourage speaking, but if we are speaking for 1 hour, if we are speaking the entire webinar or seminar. This is not helpful. And while people will join our community and interact with us, there will be absolutely no activity in the chat box. There will be no activity in the webinar or seminar because we are not allowing that member to speak, sir.
Yeah.
We must encourage the engagement. 15 you or other presenters and 45 minutes of interaction with the learner. No one else is doing this. If 𝐄𝐅𝐅𝐿 implements this suggestion that I am providing, this will be a first. We're only listening.
Yes, sir.
We must speak to speak.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your great suggestion. While we inviting the people, if we give much priority to listen as well as to speak, they also will attract to our message. So definitely, while we're designing hereafter,
I suggest
yes, surely we'll follow your suggestion.
that you appoint regular 𝐄𝐅𝐅𝐿 members, people that come to every lesson. Make that individual a lesson leader
Okay.
and ask that person to present the material. You provide the material, but
Sure.
that lesson leader will be speaking about it. An awesome idea that has never been implemented anywhere else.
Yeah,
It's
thank
always
you.
you, coach. It's
Yes.
always you. Always you. Let the learner be a lesson leader.
My next following question is, see, while we're speaking to attain the fluency, we should use non-verbal communication as well as we should add our emotions, like using our body language, nodding our head, or giving a facial expressions, or waving our hands. See, it plays a good role while we presenting our presentation. What kind of suggestions or advices will you give in that particular aspect?
Your intonation is outstanding.
Thank you.
When a person speaks and they have no intonation, hello, how are you? I am fine. Where are you from? This is no intonation. And it will not engage the other speaker or speakers. When we use inflection and we use intonation, this will set us apart and encourage individuals, groups, companies, and organizations to communicate with us. Most of the time, when I provide a video presentation, I do not use my face. I do not show my face. Do you know the reason why I do not show my face?
Please.
The reason is, listening and speaking are two skills. Seeing, when I see you, that's a third skill. If I'm not a native speaker of English or a native listener of English, 3 skills is too much. It's too much for the brain. But if I only focus on 2 skills, right now we have 3. I am only showing my face because you requested it, and I'm so happy to be with you. I will listen to you. I will come to your house, and I will do my best. But I normally focus on listening and speaking only.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you. And thanks for accepting my request. Yes.
It's my pleasure.
Next question. See, many people, they advise or they suggest. See, while you speaking in English, you have to translate your ideas from your mother tongue into learning language. So I want to translate all my thoughts, all my whatever ideas I get from my mind, I want to translate from Telugu into English. So if I want to improve that think in English skill, what kind of exercises or what kind of suggestions will you give?
Probably the easiest questions you've asked me today. This is probably the easiest question you've asked me. And I will give you an easy answer. Use Telugu. When your wife, when your children, when your brothers, your sisters, your mother, father, your family, your uncles, aunts, neighbor, when they speak to you in Telugu, answer them in English. Let them know that you are practicing English, so this will encourage you to think in English. Please use your native language. Use Hindi, use Malayalam, use Telugu, use Sinhalese, use Japanese, Vietnamese, Indonesian Bahasa. It doesn't matter. That's from Amiri, Joni. I'm also friends with Joni from Indonesia and English Hassan from Sri Lanka. Very nice people.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your great advice. Next, my next question. If I want to become, or if I want to be a great communicator or fluent speaker in English, so how I want to spend my time to speak with individuals or with a group of people? So which is the best practice?
I think the best way to really improve our overall speaking communication skills in any language is to speak with a large group of people. Why? Because we don't like it. We don't like to speak to large groups of people. My lessons in Japan have 500 people in attendance because I stream into factories where there are 500 workers. The boss or manager simply puts the intercom system on, and the entire organization in several different areas listens to me. So I present content in Japanese and in English to 500 people. And I use Discord for this. Sometimes I use Zoom or Skype. Sometimes I use Izumi. And sometimes I use Crowdcast. 500 people, 1,000 people, one person. It doesn't matter because the preparation is the same.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you. Next, my final question. This question belongs to you. Being as a fluent speaker, not native speaker, as you mentioned, being a fluent speaker, what kind of suggestions or experiences you will share with the learners to do their daily practice to become as a fluent or better communicators in their speaking English journey?
My number one recommendation is a different day for each skill. For example, Monday listening, Tuesday speaking, Wednesday reading, Thursday writing, Friday listening, Saturday speaking, Sunday reading, Monday writing.
Like we.
Exactly. One skill per day. Because if we practice one skill a day, we will be practicing for any testing situation that comes up. Don't all tests require listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills? So why not prepare for the test now?
Yeah.
Since we test on listening, speaking, reading, and writing, let's dedicate one day to each of these activities, because we will never be doing the same thing on the same day twice.
Yeah.
Because there are 4 skills and there are 7 days. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. This is how we will rapidly acquire words, vocabulary, sentence structure, and our ability to communicate.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Really, it's a great suggestion if we implement. So as you mentioned, 2 skills are enough to take a good practice. So we have to give much priority for listening as well as speaking. So definitely whatever suggestions you have mentioned here, we 100% will follow hereafter. So we
One thing I would also like to recommend, Coach.
Please.
We focus on listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. Correct?
Okay. Yes.
There are 2 more that are very important to me.
Please.
Seeing and doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only 6 skills.
Because when we listen, speak, read, and write, These are activities. When we see and do, we demonstrate the activity. Right now, we're not demonstrating on 𝐄𝐅__. We are not demonstrating. We are only listening, speaking, reading, and writing. This will revolutionize the learning environment. There are no teachers, there are no students.
Yes.
We are all learners.
Yes.
My opinion.
Really perfect. See, as for your experiences, as for your recommendations, we have 6 skills to follow. Thanks for joining, and thanks for providing your well-experienced or practical answers.
Comments, please, everyone. I strongly encourage everyone to provide sentence comments to this content that Coach Ramba and I are providing. If there is no interaction, there is no learning. And we can practice our grammar skills in American English by writing sentence comments. I highly recommend it. And thank you, everyone, for the opportunity to be with you right now.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye for now.